What up, YouTube? It's nearly time for the very concept of the device to fade away. It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Restalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday Night Just Got Live.
You better watch out tonight, boys. And do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. I am on steroids tonight. And I'm not talking excitement. I'm not talking enthusiasm. I'm talking legitimate. I got steroids pouring through my veins right now. Restalgia. I feel like I could just come to Canada and just grab you and just break you in half. That's what's going to happen.
Come at me. I dare you to.
Oh, what do you got there? Hold that up for us. What do you got there in your lap, buddy?
This is my little girl, Nove. She's being a troublemaker today, so she is sitting on my lap right now because she's being a little naughty girl today.
You know, that's probably not the first time that room and that casting couch have heard those words, right, Michael B?
That's true. Dubs, you mentioned that you were on steroids. You sure it wasn't estrogen again? Because last time this happened, you were a state for a week.
I was what?
You were on estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't on estrogen.
Oh, yes, you were. We all 100%. Remember.
Oh, no. I'm on the juice. I'm on the juice tonight, guys. I feel like I could just let's go. It's Friday. It's the Super Game Room Dudes. You're in the fun house. P-Dubs is here. Michael B. the Game Genie. Detroit Love. Restalgia. Your favorite, the longest running, the number one, the leader in home arcade entertainment, the Super Game Room Dudes. Often imitated, never duplicated. Guys, it's so good to see you guys on this Friday night. We got some interesting topics that we'll get to, but before we do, we shoot the shit for a minute like we always do. Let people get a chance to get in here, grab their drinks, lock the doors so the wives can't get in, and all that kinds of stuff. So, Carl, what's going on with you, man?
Oh man, I switched over to Spectrum Mobile for my family. These guys sent me a check for $1,400 to pay off their phones, and my bill got cut in half. I'm like, I'm on the high life now. I love it.
Beautiful. Restalgia, besides having a naughty pooch in your lap, what's going on in your world?
Not a whole lot. I've had a few days off of work, which was good, and yeah, just kind of getting caught up on some of the news that's going on this week.
Well, hopefully you're ready for tonight's show, Restalgia. There's too many episodes. You're like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Did you do your homework?
I did my homework. I didn't do the homework for the show.
It's going to be another one of those episodes where Restalgia contributes greatly to the broadcast. Mikey Two Pins showing Restalgia some love. What do you got on your head there?
That's a great hat, dude.
I know. It's an awesome hat. I actually dug it out of the closet 100% for this. I need to get a new hat. I've lost my Expos hat. My Cleveland Guardians hat is, let's just say it's not as clean as it once was. So I got to go get a new hat this weekend. But in the meantime, show a little love for the best content creator in Canada, my boy Restalgia, known as the Great Value ETA Prime. I love this man. And
I appreciate it, man.
This hat is terrible. I don't know where you get these made.
Like, what are you talking about? It's a great hat. Oh, don't bend the. Don't do that.
What am I supposed to wear it like? What?
Sideways up. Yep. Yeah,
what's up, guys?
That's right.
I used to work at Walmart.
It looks like Mike. You look like an edgelord.
Yeah, that's the look you're going for, right? You are looking for the edgelord.
Now,
look, right?
Mike, do us a favor because we haven't done this in a long time. And you brought this on yourself, Mike, so we're bringing it back. Mike, where can somebody pick up that hat and wear it proudly walking through Canada and United States of America, as well as anywhere in the world? Michael B., it's time to plug the merch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for all your Super Game Room Dude and Restalgia merchandise, you can find it in one place. Restalgia's Teespring store. Keep in mind, if you are in the United States, there is a 75% tariff for goods coming from Canada related to Restalgia.
Restalgia is the kind
Yeah.
of guy where they'd be like, we should do a 25% tariff. He'd be like, no, 75.
Why stop at 75? 125%.
You would be that guy. All right. And then my life is in shambles, but hey, I'm on meds, I'm on drugs, and we are ready to rock and roll tonight. We're going to say hi to the live chat, and then we're going to get to the topics, guys. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. We got a fun you on the web. We got a lot of console chatter. Consoles are dominating the airwaves when it comes to social media and retro gaming, as well as modern gaming. Pinball Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, Evercade, the Tank Stick VR. People are still calling it what are they still calling it? The My Arcade TV Arcade X VR, whatever, the stupidest name in the world they came up with, right? It's the Tank Stick VR. Pinball FX VR, a quick update from AtGames, a quick update for Arcade1Up, a couple updates on real pinball machines, and a big update from Wonderland Pinball that just came out a couple hours ago. We'll save that until we're about halfway through the show.
Yeah, it's weird. Like someone did a Sandy Veggie show last night and demanded an update on Wonderland Pinball, and they got it. Like I'm telling you right now, this whole veg full of sand is really getting results.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought, guys, that we are making things happen in this community just by pointing out who has sand in their vag? And changes are coming. They're being implemented, and we are going to make home arcade great again. Isn't that right, boys? All right. It's shout out time. If you want your shout out, speak now or forever hold your peace. Biggie D's here. Biggie D, Wonderland Pinball looks terrible. There you go. Nice way to start it. Wow. Biggie D coming in hot. Biggie D's coming in hot.
This guy changes with the wind, man. Like honestly,
he was like, I'm backing it.
Would be incredible.
I'm a backer.
Games. It's only 3 TVs in a box, and then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I bought an AtGames Legends Pinball 4K. Wonderland's terrible.
Wonderland's fucking terrible. Let's go. Ripping the Band-Aid off. Take Stick VR. Mike Hoggerks. Patrick Murphy, Ron W, Nerd. Oh, I like the way you say your name. Nerd Lounge Master, Jamie Loken, getting ready to get blocked. Jason Little Alien, Jim the Pacers fan. Geo's here. What's up, Geo? Geo actually sent us a picture last week, and I got to pull it up and I got to share it. I have it on my phone. I'm going to do that right after the shout outs, Mike. You're going to have to run the show because I got to share what he shared. He even gave us a super chat for it. We got to make sure we get our boy Geo taken care of. Kongs R Us is here. He backed the Wonderland Kickstarter. Right? Is that what I heard?
Oh, Kongs is a vulture, man. Kongs didn't just back the Wonderland Kickstarter. He watched. I'm telling you right now, you want to talk about conspiracies. Listen to this. B-Kong Goes to Wonderland, shits all over the Wonderland pin.
100%.
And then when someone cancels their early bird order to get the $800 price point, B-Kong swoops right in. I'm telling you right now, that's the real home arcade conspiracy.
So he did that.
Sniped in there.
He did that to get people to cancel so he could get the better deal.
That's right. One of the early bird backers canceled, and B-Kong was like, my time is now.
Oh, too funny. Nooner's here. Nerd Lounge Master. Paul, Multicade, Mindeman. He doesn't want to talk about Arcade1Up, Iconic Arcade, or Basic Fun tonight. He just wants us to get right to the Multicades. Ritual Delos here. Retro Lab Rat, Brian G, Nerd Lounge Master. What's going on, Todd? B. Kirby, one of our all-time favorites, the Chicago guy. Jason Haley. JJ is here. JJ didn't want to hang out on my stream last night. I did a very, very late night stream. He's like, P-Dubs, I'm going to bed. And I was like, okay, man, go to bed. You going to wuss out? No, I'm kidding, JJ. Welcome to the stream. Cyan Spirits is here, always ready to bust our balls in the live chats. Love Cyan.
I think it's Cyan, just for the record.
Yep.
It is Cyan. And what the fuck is a Cyan? You're not cultured. Have you not watched the Z?
Cyan Spirits.
Hold on, Cyan.
Hold on, wait. P-Dubs, have you not watched the Z? You don't know what the Z is?
You haven't watched the Z, obviously. You ain't got no Crunchyroll.
You guys
wait, World War Z? I've seen World War Z.
No, we're talking
about the Z. There's only one Z.
Zombieland?
Nope.
Oh my god, this guy is so uncultured.
It's disturbing, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of nauseating to think about the fact that he doesn't know who the Z is or what the Z is.
Yeah.
The Z is like
your power level is laughable.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck the Z is. Somebody tell me in the chat what in the goddamn hell are these boys talking about?
Come on, bro.
Do you even know who Piccolo is?
He doesn't even know who Piccolo is. He probably thinks that's an instrument.
Fuck. The Z?
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball
Oh,
Z.
Zoolander. Thanks, Skynet. It's Zoolander. What is this, an arcade for ants? Of course I've seen that. I don't know. Why are people writing Dragon Ball Z in the live chat? What's wrong with all these people? All right. Now I forgot where I was, Mike. Oh, we were doing our shout outs. Ravcon is here. Ravcon, remember, don't take shit from anybody. That's right, my boy. Frankie D is here as well. Skynet, Bill's a retro gaming show, 19K Fox, Jason S. MG showed up. MG showed up. Wow, I love MG. If there's one person, like when we play virtual golf, VR golf, if MG's not there in the group is like 60.39% less fun. Did you guys notice that?
True. I believe it. I do
Like
believe
with
that.
He sends me a lot of penis pics. I'm starting to wonder what's going on there.
Well, he's
all
always down low with his character.
All right. I need a couple minutes because I got to find this picture. Carl, do you want to do you on the web?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Now, keep in mind, we are progressing towards making Carl a killer intro video for his segment. We have crafted the logo. We have an official logo. I got Carl's sign off on it tonight. And now that I got his sign off, I can animate it and turn it into something with like Adobe Premiere Pro, do some rotoscoping, all this new stuff I'm learning. But check this out. There's our new you on the web logo. Very, very cool. All right, Carl, take it away. You do your thing. You run the show. I got to grab this picture for Geo.
Well, this week on You on the Web, we're back with another great community spotlight. And this time we're featuring Jason Sarnecki, who posted in the Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group. Jason shared this cool video and this caption. He says, nothing like watching the Super Game Room Dudes in our own VR pinball world. He was showcasing the Zen Studios Pinball FX VR in mixed reality mode, bringing the world of virtual pinball right into his physical space. His setup featured a virtual cabinets and live host playing in the background, merging nostalgia and tech in an epic
Did you say
way.
live hose?
Host.
I heard hose.
Well, you would.
Pimpin' 80s.
He was showcasing the longest running home arcade and entertainment multi-host show on the internet. And he proved that Super Game Rooms Dudes aren't just a show, they're an experience that lives on across screens, headsets, and dimensions. Shout out to Jason for this fun and futuristic tribute.
I think I agree with Ritual Dello. I prefer live hose. Can we get more live hose?
I can do that right now. Hold on.
A couple of them. We don't need too many.
I want to say this actually looks really cool. Like my house is way too dirty to do like MR. That's why I didn't include it in my Pinball FX VR review. But this looks great. Like honestly, the machines they're not 100% photorealistic. They're still a little bit cartoonish, but I mean, that looks awesome. Think about it. Like you can completely gut out your space and put these virtual machines in. It's wild. I heard a rumor Arcade1Up was doing the exact same thing, but even though they're still going to charge you for the risers and still put 15.6-inch laptop screens in them.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah, I was the same way with you, Mike. So I went and I brought my stuff to the office and found this little hallway and was doing this mixed reality thing. And it was crazy. Even it just shows how big these machines are. You know what I mean? And so to have these in your space, man, this is a good tool to do if you're thinking about getting a real pinball, because it'll show you how it fits in there. And these things are humongous.
Brooklyn Menace, who's one of the best in VR, says his next
second
pinball
best
FX
now. Like Brooklyn did a stream last night. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed. I think there's better now.
Well, after you got done using him for all of his tips and pointers.
No, Brooklyn streamed Pinball FX last night, and I had a lot of fun watching it. He really enjoyed it. So, yeah, it's been cool to see.
Also, big shout out to Geo here. So let's pull him up. Geo, this actually kind of flows in with how our this last viewer, you on the web, watches the Super Game Room Dudes, watches us in VR. Well, check this out. Geo, if you guys know, he loves the rhythm games, right? And he got
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the Dance Dance Revolution
I know.
guy. He did all the Dance Dance Revolution arcade control panel mods. So some modders in the community know who he is. He got a real Dance Dance Revolution, and take a look, guys. He watches the Super Game Room dudes on his Dance Dance Revolution.
That's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing. Just in case you were wondering, I would
Look
just
at
like
the
to point out
banana.
a couple
Look at
of
the-
things. One,
Look at the
that's one.
banana.
There's a banana on the top. What does that represent? I think we all know. Two, who's he pointing to? His favorite Super Game Room dude.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
Indisputable. Indisputable.
You can't argue.
He has terrible taste.
Geo, does this picture say that Restalgia is your favorite Super Game Room dude?
He looks like he could be my brother.
I think he's pointing to the one saying this is the one you should remove.
I don't think so.
This is the one not allowed within 1,000 feet of a school.
I'm just saying, if I wasn't wearing a hat, my hair was a little shorter, and I didn't have a beard, we're pretty much the same person.
There you go. Geo says, he's denying it.
I don't believe
Restalgia.
I don't believe it.
Delusions of grandeur, Restalgia. Delusions.
Listen, I will take every win I can get. A win is a win.
Bill, one of these things is not like the other. There you go. All right, let's dive into we got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's dive into Hold On to Your Butts. What the heck is Nintendo doing, guys? The Nintendo Switch to Direct, as well as the follow-up videos where they've actually showed some gameplay this week of some of these Switch 2 games. We could do an hour to 3 hour shows with just that one topic. And Mike, we got to condense it down to like maybe 10 minutes.
I'm mad at us for not doing 50 streams on what the C button could be. Do you know how much money we left on the table?
So what we need to do here is we need to condense this down. Mike, you take it away. Tell people all about it, the controversy with the game pricing, the release dates, the tariffs. Mike, go!
Oh, it's wild. Like this Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2 stream actually went off pretty well. People were happy with it. Not me. I was kind of like, I felt a little on it. I wasn't super happy with the game releases, but like the console itself, I was very happy with. I'll definitely get that day one. So right off the bat, we started with Mario Kart World Tour, and it looks incredible. Basically, what they've done is they've taken the concept from Forza Horizon and applied that to Mario Kart. And I think that's going to be awesome. Like going to find like secret things across this world, racing from race to race on the karts, like very excited. 24 people on the track at the same time. Again, Mario Kart 8 was my favorite game on the Switch. It's not even a fucking Switch game. It's a Wii U game, and it's still my favorite game. So very excited for the sequel. We also got another first-party game, Restalgia. I bet 2 other first-party games announced. We're getting Kirby's Air Riders. Like, I don't even remember Kirby's Air Ride from the GameCube, but we're getting a surprise 20-year later sequel. Then they told us the big announcement. Everybody was expecting a new 3D Mario game, like Mario Odyssey 2, or like another, what was the Mario Galaxy 3, something along those lines. And they completely surprised us. And they're doing, well, this is Mario Kart World Tour right now, but they're doing Donkey Kong Bonanza. And like, you must have been like overthrown there at that moment when you saw all those bananas jumping across the screen. And
I was so excited. You got it. Yeah. I wasn't particularly thrilled. I don't like the new Donkey Kong look. I don't like his his giant eyes. Like I don't know. I don't like how he looks. I like the original Donkey Kong. I don't know if maybe you guys are too old for this, but back in the mid to late 90s, there was like a Donkey Kong 3D animated TV show. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Did you guys ever watch that?
I don't think I ever saw that TV show.
Okay, so the Donkey Kong in that was like, that's my childhood Donkey Kong. So when I see this, it's like, it's not nostalgic, but I'm hoping, it seems like this is going to be like a big mashup of like Donkey Kong 64 and also the Tropical Freeze and the other Donkey Kong games. They've kind of combined all of them, all the different mechanics into one game. So
Oh, Restalgia, I think you'll love it. I heard it's an unofficial sequel to Knack 2.
Nice. I'm gonna love it.
I actually, just real quick, I just want to throw one comment in. I thought this game looked great. Like,
Yeah.
I'm excited about this game. If I get a Switch 2, this will definitely be a must-buy pickup for me. This looks so fun. And I'm actually happy that this is like one of the big launch titles that they're doing. I think it looks great personally, but that's just my opinion. Go ahead.
Again, it's complete like Nintendo to a T. Like when
There
you
it is,
think,
Donkey Kong Country, right there.
yeah, when you think they're gonna do something that's like, you know, so on the nose would be easy to do. Nintendo's like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna do something completely weird. Like when they started showcasing this, I had no idea what it was gonna be. It's a brand new world with Donkey Kong in it. I hope it's super fun, man. Like Nintendo do some good stuff when they do shit like this. Like Kirby and the Forgotten Land was fantastic, and hopefully, you know, this is another turn in that direction where they move to 3D and it's really, really fucking good. Like it looks awesome. So yeah, there we go. Those are the first party games that they announced as the first real Switch 2 games. And then on top of that, we also found out about the enhanced games. So these are going to be Switch 2 versions of Nintendo Switch games. There's a small upgrade fee. There's some rumors that if you have the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, this is actually going to be free. So we found out that they're going to be doing Mario Party Jamboree, which I really don't give a shit about. But they're going to be bringing both The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom forward with new versions. So that's the Zelda remakes they were talking about. I'll pick both of those up. I'll do the I'm not going to buy new carts. I'll just do the upgrade, whatever it is, and I'll play those games again happily. Then on top of that, we also found out about third-party support. Lots of third-party support out of the gate. Elden Ring's coming. Street Fighter 6, Borderlands 4 is coming. Hogwarts Legacy. So it looks like there's a lot of people supporting them. Also, we found out that there's gonna...
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I mentioned Street Fighter 6.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
But we're also getting a brand new game from Software. Like I've never been a big Bloodborne Souls guy. I just never got into the games. But we're getting some kind of battle royale melee style game from like the Souls guys. This the Dusk Bloods. So we'll have to see what that's like. But it's cool to see. From Software doing an exclusive that's not with PlayStation for once. So really cool. And probably the thing I always get the most excited about this stuff. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love Nintendo Switch Online, playing the classic games. The fact that GameCube is coming. We're going to get Wind Waker finally on the Switch. We're getting a new controller. It's purple. It's ugly. It's fantastic. So excited about that.
I am excited about I am excited about GameCube coming because GameCube was one of my favorite consoles that I spent a lot of time on, and there would, like Resident Evil 4. Do you remember that was a GameCube
exclusive originally?
Exclusive, and I wouldn't be shocked if they maybe. Do you think they'll put that on there eventually? Not at launch, but it'd be cool to see like the Resident Evil 4 GameCube version. There was a GameCube game that I absolutely loved. It was called The Hobbit.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. I had it,
but it's not like based on the movies. It was a completely original game, and it was super fun to play. The very first Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, Luigi's Mansion. They promised that for later, which I'm really excited about. That's my favorite GameCube game. But there's Capcom and Konami suck ass because they're so focused on selling their own software. They probably won't show up on these Nintendo Switch libraries. We've seen that a lot with the other Nintendo Switch online libraries. But the good thing is we're going to get games right out of the gate. I think it was Wind Waker, F-Zero GX, and then there was some kind of Pokemon game, Restalgia, or that's coming later?
Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yeah. Is
that what you're talking about?
No, not the new one. There's a GameCube Pokemon game.
Oh, no, I didn't see that part of the... I kind of was like... I got like 80% of the live stream. I didn't catch all of the GameCube games that are coming out.
Yeah, so here it is here. This announcement was long overdue. People are right though, because a lot of people in the home arcade community got really shitty with iArcade when they made gun games for the gold, but not for the original. A lot of people in the AtGames community got shitty because Zen Pinball came to the 4K, but not to the original. So people are asking the same question now. You're telling me you couldn't fucking emulate GameCube? on the original Switch. So
Yes,
it
you
feels like it's a money grab, right? Like they're doing it here, but
Well,
I don't give a shit.
These are not emulated on the console itself. Aren't these streamed down?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I don't remember if these
Soul
are...
Calibur 2 is that's the
Soul
other
Calibur
one.
2 is definitely on there, which is
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, I love Soul Calibur
Now-
2. We get to play
Now, with it
as
being
Link.
with it being Nintendo Switch Online, will we be able to play Soul Calibur 2 and fight each other?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh, that would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Carl, you were going to say something, I think.
Oh, no. I'll just add here, Soul Calibur is definitely one of my favorite games of all time on the platform. Donkey Kong, for me, died when he came 3D on Donkey Kong Country.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like
You're not into
Restalgia, my Donkey Kong was a different Donkey Kong. So when it went to that, it was my kids. So they got to enjoy Donkey Kong, right? So, but it wasn't my thing. I don't see any need to get the Switch 2 at all. I'll be using mine until it doesn't work anymore. And then if it stops working, then I'll consider it. But I don't see a need personally to do it because I just play my golf on it.
Carl, that's actually an excellent.
Look at
point.
this lineup. Look at this lineup.
Yeah.
Fire
Pokemon
Emblem.
XD.
Hold
Super
on.
Mario Strikers.
Hold on. Super Mario Strikers
Luigi's
is one of the
Mansion.
best sports Mario
He's gonna-
games ever.
But here's the cool thing. They were talking about it. This is one of the things Nintendo Switch Online did with NES games and Super Nintendo games too. It's almost like an FU to the scalpers and the game resellers because some of those games are some of the most expensive fucking games to buy for GameCube. Throw in an Eternal Darkness and we're pretty much good boys.
Yeah.
Carl, hold on to that point because we're going to talk about that in a little bit because I wanted to start by talking about all the positives. Obviously, this thing does 4K dock, 60 frames per second. It's going to be 1080p, 120 hertz or whatever it is, frames per
120
second.
frames per second.
120 frames per second in handheld mode. So performance is really good. Unfortunately, it's an LCD screen over an LED, but people are saying it's really,
OLED.
really sharp. So yeah. So yeah, we're off to a good start. But then here's where the negativity gets in there because nowhere in the presentation did they talk about the price. The price came out afterwards. And this is where
before we get to the price, can we
Yeah.
talk about the one thing that I think they're making too big of a deal out of? And it's something that maybe it's just me. It depends on the gamer. I don't think I'll ever use it.
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
The freaking mouse mode.
Oh,
Every I mean this
What?
this Nintendo Direct was an hour long, and for an hour, every 10 minutes they reminded you that these new Joy-Cons can work like mouses, and you could use it as a mouse mode. And the only time I would want to do that is, what if I was playing like a point and click type game? You know what I mean?
No way.
But mine-
You don't know what you're
mine is
talking
that-
about.
they're
mine is
they're trying to appeal to PC gamers. There's a lot of PC gamers that like prefer to play with keyboard, mouse, and love mouse controls. So that's one of the big things where Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is
Right.
a FPS. They're showcasing the mouse controls and people are losing their shit about it. And like for me, I've never really been a PC gamer until this generation. So like for me, like PC is just another console.
Yeah,
like
I'm
if
not a-
honestly someone tried to make me play with a keyboard and a mouse, I'd be like, I'm fucking lost. I can't help
Yeah.
you with that.
I'm not a keyboard and mouse player unless it's the only way to play the game. You know what I
You
mean?
guys-
like old games.
I got to tell you, like this is your age showing because you guys know Nintendo.
That's great. Thanks.
Nostalgia sucks, man. I'm gonna burn this
Go
hat.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
It was
guys. Listen,
It was a joke.
You guys need a dose of reality. The reality.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. I think we know who has sand in his vag this week. It's Restalgia. All right. Go ahead.
You guys ready? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm ready. Give it to me.
Okay. So Nintendo makes products for the whole family. They don't do adult-friendly games or kid-friendly games exclusively. They make a product that everyone in the family can enjoy. And believe it or not, a lot, like a massive number of younger generation are using PC to game. They're not using consoles to game the way that we did when we were growing up. A lot of them have gaming PCs at home. A lot of them play with mouse and keyboard. This is a great move for a lot of people, especially, Mike, you said it, for Metroid Prime. Being able to play either as a controller or having the flexibility to use a Joy-Con as a mouse is a big deal for a lot of people. A lot of people are going to be able to play those games with higher accuracy. They're going to enjoy them more. It's just another way to play. And anyone who says you don't need mouse mode, that's stupid. That's an easy win for Nintendo to turn a Joy-Con into a mouse.
Yeah, P-Dubs, what are you, like some kind of fucking mouse gatekeeper?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. I guess that's true. $2. Kevin Clausen just said, yeah. Thanks so much for the super chat, Kevin. Greatly appreciate it. But let's take a look here. So
shut up about the C button. Everybody,
This-
just shut up about it now. We know.
you know how you've always
Great.
wanted you know how you've always wanted to play Nintendo Switch online with your buddies and
Yeah.
tell them how awful they are as gamers and be just vile and disgusting and swear at them.
And like make questions about like where their family is and like question their ethics. Yeah, you know, like really cool, like
Well,
ethical stuff.
Well, now that they're bringing into the C means chat, game chat, as well as cameras, you'll be able to play online. Actually, this would be fun for like people who do like streaming content. Like it's going to be a hit.
Pedophiles. Restalgia has to stay 300 yards away from his Nintendo Switch.
The
But-
parents have to worry about what kids are doing on these consoles. And now they do this. I don't think it's a good move, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
But you'll be able to have the cameras on your screen and play the game and see your friends, like actually see them versus just hearing them and stuff. And yeah, there you go.
So real question: how regulated is this going to be? Like, if me, you, Restalgia, and Carl are playing like Mario Kart World, and I want to hang brain on you, like, will that be a problem? Like, will Nintendo step in and be like, "Whoa, buddy, put that away"?
I don't think they're watching what you show, but so I think we're good to do anything we want, no strings attached.
Skynet says, "How naked can I be?"
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, how about a big shout out and congrats to Cammy? I think Cammy, all the way down in New Zealand, got an Avatar pinball machine.
She did. Yeah, I know.
I think it just arrived the other day, and I think she was telling us in our Super Game Room Dudes group. Cammy, am I right? It was Avatar, right? I think it was Avatar. She didn't take it out of the box yet, but I think it said Avatar on the box.
She did say it was Avatar coming.
Oh, that's so cool. Good for you. Good for you, I say. That pinball machine traveled across the world.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Holy crap. But yeah, there you go. Carl. So Carl made a point. He said he's not going to buy this. Carl, tell me why you're not getting a Nintendo Switch 2.
It's sort of like when people talk about Arcade1Up. They go, arcade, they do blah, blah, blah. But it don't make the games that I love to play stop working because they're not making new games. There's nothing wrong with my Switch. And the Switch is working perfectly fine for all the games I have. What am I going to do? Just donate it to a homeless kid and just go out and buy it just to be it? That's not like me. I don't do that. I'm going to use it.
Carl's 100% right.
And then I'm going to buy a new one when it's time. I'm not going to just buy it because it's new. Yeah, that's never been me.
Yeah, Carl's 100% right. They're never going to make another Tiger Woods Golf 2021 or whatever he's playing. It might be 2015. I don't know, for the Switch 2. So he's good for right now.
2021.
Right. So Carl's humbug on it. What about you, Michael B., the Game Genie? Now, keep in mind, I put a poll in the chat, guys. Make sure you vote. The rumors are after tariffs, this is going to be a $500 console. I think
Canada.
They announced,
yeah, definitely not in Canada.
Not in Canada. We're good, bro.
the bulk of our audience is U.S. So $500.
Sucks to suck.
Oh my God! How much is $449 American versus Canada? It's probably what, like $972 up there anyway?
$629.
Yeah. So shut up. That still sounds like a big chunk of change, Mike.
Yeah, but it's Canadian money.
It's true.
What do you guys? You guys pay him in rupees out there? Yeah,
Well,
rubles?
we have two forms of currency here in Canada. We
Yeah.
have regular Canadian monetary
Loonies
notes,
and
money,
In my mouth.
and we also have Canadian Tire money, which is as good as money.
It is,
Steven,
actually.
Steven, $2. Will pinball tables be on the Switch 2? I'm pretty sure that the Zen Pinball will be on Switch 2. Either it'll just be compatible, backwards compatible, or you never know. Maybe they'll release some more enhanced version as time goes on, right?
Yeah, what's the dimensions, Michael B? Is it close to the original or the
It's I think this one
larger.
is 7.9 inches. The screen on this one.
It's a
Yeah.
huge amount. It's
Yeah.
like 4 times more than the average.
Yeah. So I don't have the specs here in front of me, but it's a significantly bigger screen. Unfortunately, it is LED as opposed to OLED. LCD as opposed to OLED, but people are saying the picture on it looks fantastic. Like really,
Yeah, I don't know
really
why you
good.
keep saying unfortunately. It's not unfortunate.
Yeah.
OLED is fantastic, man.
OLED
Like
is
I love my
fantastic,
Switch
but-
OLED.
OLED is great, but so can a good quality LCD.
All right.
Oh, you're one of
so-
them.
They
All
could
right.
be great.
Now,
It also has
Carl's-
HDR.
All right. Carl says he's out. Now, keep in mind, let's just pretend we're all in the States because the bulk of our viewers are in the States, Mike and Restalgia. $500
I'm not going to
console.
pretend to be that. I'm sorry.
$500 console. The games could be anywhere from $60 to $90, depending on
80
the game.
bucks. $80 top.
$80 is
Yeah.
the seven is the like the one what is that, the high, right? Or
It's
average?
Mario Kart World. It's going to be
Yeah.
$80. I think
Right.
there's only two I saw that were $80 right now. It's Mario Kart World and the Kirby Forgotten Land upgrade game is $80 as well.
And if I'm understanding, now you guys correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm understanding correctly, the new Nintendo Switch 2 game cards basically don't have the game on
No,
the
no, no, no.
cartridge.
There's two
That's not it.
two types of carts. So there's one like Mario Kart World will have the game on it, but another one is a game card key. So this is a little bit different with the Switch. With the original Switch, they used to sell games that were game card keys only. Like I have I can't remember. Like when you bought Bayonetta 2, it came with a game code for Bayonetta 1. So you could actually buy games that were, basically keys only. And inside it was just like a digital key. Like you got a piece of paper and a game cart like box that told you how to download it. The way this works is there will be full games, but then there's a secondary card which is just a purchase key. So you plug it in and it automatically starts downloading instead of you getting a piece of paper and then having to enter the code into the store.
Okay. Super expensive. So Mike and Steve, what are you guys going to do?
Who wants to start? Mike, you want to start? I'll start. I don't care.
Well, I can tell you what both of us are going to do. So April 9th, pre-orders go live. I'm going to put down my pre-order. I'm going to get a Switch 2 day one, 100%. What Restalgia's going to do, he's got a bunch of bots already ready to go. So he's going to scalp a bunch of them. This is why he took time off this week, because he actually thought this was happening this week. Restalgia's going to make most of his mortgage this year alone from his scalping activities this week.
What about
Mike
you,
did a good job explaining it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. No, I've got my AI bots ready to go. So I'm anticipating that by the end of the pre-order, I will probably have 750 pre-ordered, and then I intend to scalp them all to U.S. people.
Hold on
US
one second.
consumers.
I've seen the chat here, and everybody's like, "But Michael B, they're not going live on the 9th. Not for you guys, for us in Canada." Yes, sir.
We don't have the same tariff situation that you guys do. You guys have imposed tariffs on many different countries. Canada hasn't. So we still import product from Japan, and the same pretenses that we've always imported. Or
if you
imported
guys
product from
continue
Japan.
to lord this over us, we're going to be forced to revert back to the Loft Report. Isn't that right, Carl?
The funny thing is, we cite your sources. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second here. Cite your sources. Prove it. Fucking nerds.
Well, we do have a lot of other topics to get to, but for me, like I told people, I think I'm due for a new Switch. I've had the original Nintendo Switch since launch day last time. It survived the test.
You don't have the OLED?
Never got the OLED.
Wow.
So I am, and also based upon the machines coming out this year with less home arcades and pinballs on my radar, I think I got a little money in my pocket to spend on this. Am I disappointed in the pricing? You bet your ass. If the games are really going to be $80 on average, does that mean I'm going to buy every single game? No, it just means, just like everything else in my life, I'll be highly selective. You know what I mean? Like if the game is cheaper on Steam, I'll buy it on Steam, right? But if there's a Switch 2 game that I really like the Donkey Kong, I'm probably going to get Donkey Kong. I think that looks great. So I probably, whenever pre-orders go live in the States, I'll try and get my hands on a Switch 2. So I'm very interested in the console. I think it'll be a fun. I like some of the improvements that they announced, like with the group chats, the game chats. I think we'll all have a lot of fun with that. I mean, look at how much fun we have playing VR together. I mean,
Yeah.
this could be fun. I love. Oh, and also the GameCube. I mean, I wish I still had my GameCube. I wish I still had all my games, and the fact that they'll add those over time as well, and I can revisit those games, will be really, really cool. So that's where I'm at with it. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so not only are the pre-orders
your
still going
receipts, man.
live on April 9th, like I said, they're actually even going live earlier. They decided to double down on your bad luck, Walmart Canada did. So not only are they going live, but they're
At
also going live
12:01
12:01 a.m. Eastern.
Guess
and-
who is going to
but-
be online at 12:01 Eastern with all my AI bots?
But anyways, you guys missed the whole joke on it, because it really doesn't matter when we can fucking pre-order. No matter when you can pre-order, we're all getting it the same day anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Whoopie-doo, we can pre-order earlier. It's not a big deal.
That's
Wow.
assuming that the U.S. can figure out their tariff situation before.
Oh, I don't
the
think
launch
I
date.
don't think it'll be a problem.
I don't think it'll be a problem either. But we will definitely be I'm going to aim, like I said, 750 units. If I don't get at least 750 units, I'm going to consider it a failure.
I would hold off on that, because actually there's some concern now. Like everybody expected this to be foolproof. Like this was going to be a slam dunk, but I've seen a lot of negativity online after the Switch 2 presentation, especially after the pricing, where people are really unhappy. They're unhappy with the game lineup. They're unhappy with what it can do. Like they don't think it's enough of an advancement. And a lot of people are comparing the Switch 2 to the Wii U. In fact, some people are even calling it the Switch U. So I would be careful if you were planning on scalping some of these, because I think you might end up with a couple extras that you can't get rid of, that you might have to try to return to the store. So honestly, people are really unhappy about the pricing, and it's going to go up, of course, because of the tariff issue. It might go up another $50 or so. Then on top of that, the game prices, I mean, like it sucks. Like when, game prices raised till $69 in the US, and they jumped up to like 79 and 89 here in Canada. I was like, I'm fucking done. So I think, I don't think this will be the hot release that it would have been, because I think Nintendo fumbled a little bit on the presentation and with the pricing.
Two things. I think they should probably retitle it for the U.S. market. They should call it the Nintendo FU. And then secondly, I think it's perfect timing for the Zen Studios, because everybody was complaining about $9 for a table, and now the prices of Nintendo's come out. Now they're like, oh shit, now I can afford me a pinball table in VR. So perfect timing.
Well, guys, we got a lot to cover, so let's put a pin in it. Go ahead, Restalgia.
Hold on. I want to talk about the pricing a little bit too, because I want to get I want to understand why people are so upset about the pricing. I do get it. It's expensive. Like the price has definitely gone up, and I'm not questioning that. But when we think about when the Nintendo Switch launched, what was it, like 7-8 years ago? That had a launch price in Canada $400. I don't remember what it was in the US. Maybe it was $299 or something like that.
I think people are going to complain, and they're still going to buy it.
That's what I mean. Like I don't think to see over 7 years a next gen console increasing from, in our case, 400 to 600. Especially considering all of the changes that have happened in the market and all of the inflation that we've seen over the last, even let's call it last 4 years, I'm not actually surprised by the price. I was expecting the Canadian price to be $599 for the console alone. We're at $629. That's not really that big of a deal.
No.
I'm not upset about the pricing. I was anticipating that. And anyone who's crying wolf about that probably should just like.
Well, the problem is, people go online and they hear the loudest person say it's going to be $399, and then they all take that to heart and say that's the price. So when it comes in $50 to $100 over with the included Mario Kart World, they're like, "Well, I thought it was going to be $399." You thought it was going to be $399 because you listened to somebody that was a fucking idiot, obviously. So what you should do is wait and don't take people's opinions as fact.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, there's some other people in the chat talking about the pricing of the games. I've been saying this for years, literally years. The prices of games haven't really changed over the last like 15 years. Like they've gone up incrementally in very small amounts. $80 for a new title
sucks.
That it sucks, but it's like it's kind of not that unreasonable. Like
Very unreasonable.
The worst
sorry,
thing,
Carl.
the worst thing I think Nintendo did was this Nintendo Switch 2 Tour game. And they were like, we have this really crappy mini game that's a tech demo, and Sony gives us Astrobot with the PlayStation 5 for free. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna charge you money for this wretched tour game. Like I wouldn't even play this if it came with it for free. I don't know what they thought they could. Nintendo can be awfully horribly money grubbing. Like there's some things I like they've done here that are against that strategy, like the Switch 2 enhanced games, like only having to pay an upgrade fee like PlayStation does with their 4 to 5 enhanced games. That's actually very anti-Nintendo. Nintendo would normally just release
buy the
a
whole new
fucking
game.
$80 game, be like, yeah, you got to buy it again. We don't give a shit. We're Nintendo.
But hold on, to be fair, Nintendo did this with the original Switch console. Do you remember the tech demo they released for that?
The original Switch, which tech demo was that?
1-2 Switch. Do you remember that game?
No, I didn't buy it because
I know, but it's the same thing. So what they did is they masked this tech demo behind a title claiming it was a game when really it was just to show off the different rumble features in the controller. So this is the same thing. They've always done this. This isn't new.
Welcome to the Loft Report. We're going to be moving on to another subject.
I didn't do it. That was Carl. Carl did it. This is what happens when you give everyone admin access. Everyone messes around with everybody. Guys, we do have
really quickly.
It's been 30 minutes.
I know. Really quickly. Last thing I want to say about the price for the people trying to justify it with inflation. Yeah, you know what? Games right now compared to what we paid back in the 80s, it would be $158 for a Nintendo game now in Canada. You can't take that in consideration. That has never worked with gaming. If you followed the trend, video games don't follow an inflation thing. You can't use that as justification. Yeah. Games follow a set policy. There's a certain price. Here's what's acceptable. It's the reason the Saturn failed when PlayStation got up and said $299. Yeah. Not because the Saturn was priced unfairly. It's because people have an expectation and a willingness for what they're going to pay.
And Prince Malcolm brings up a great point here. So many games in this modern era all have DLC that you have to pay on top of compared to the games we had growing up where you got the full game. There have been some games that have been released modern-wise that where DLC was given to you for free over time. But for the most part, you have to pay to play. And it just sucks. And until people stop buying DLC, it's going to keep happening.
To be fair, here in Canada, we've been paying $90 for a new release game for like the last 2-3 years now.
Yep. Yeah. All right, but let's pivot over, guys. We're going to come back to Pinball FX VR and Evercade. I want to get this quick Wonderland Pinball out of the way. So it's time to dive into the rabbit hole. Wonderland Pinball, who unfortunately had a terrible WonderCon. They took their pinball machine back to their office, and they got a new DMD LCD put in, and they did confirm that DMD broke in transit. And the code was in there. Now, keep in mind, it's the very, very first code. So I think he said it's like what you would consider a 0.1 code. So you're not
this is barely playable. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was interesting to see because he showed off the menus. You'll have network settings. You'll be able to adjust the flipper power as well as the bumper and slingshot powers. So that was interesting to see. The leaderboards I thought was interesting. Online leaderboards as well as local leaderboards. So you have that option. But then we also got to hear a little bit of the game music, a couple of call outs, and we actually got to see it running a little much better. Like if this was working at WonderCon like this, they probably would have
been
had
a negative reaction.
No. There still would have been a negative reaction, but not nearly as bad. You know what I mean? Like, because let's be honest, it's 0.1 code. You could tell while he was playing it, it would like sometimes it was adding points randomly, so there's a bug in there. Like one of these switches is is down, like, and it's just adding points and when he's not even playing, and you saw the like plus 2000s and stuff. They don't have all the voiceovers in there. They don't have all the call outs. They don't have all the video animations. It's just the very, very beginning stuff.
The animations look really bad. Like if you go back to that game over animation, I was just like, did my kid make this?
So I mean, it would have been better for them if this was running, but then again, it wasn't perfect. But you'd have to be like, okay, it's early code, blah blah blah. It's tough, right? It's tough. Now, I want to know from the live chat, does this change your minds in any way? Are you like, okay, I'm gonna stick it out and see how the code develops over the next 6 months until the machine ships, or are you guys running and hiding from this thing? Let me know. I'll go ahead and let's start with Carl, because Carl did back the Kickstarter, and Carl's a big fan of the Wonderland project. So Carl, take it away. What are your thoughts after seeing all this stuff?
I was glad they came out with this. I wasn't anticipating that they would have anything available by what they got 5 days
I'll put it back
left.
up in a sec.
So they have 5 days left. So I was not anticipating that they would get something out. So I'm glad that they got something out. Again, I can't talk right now. I didn't anticipate for them to have it available by now, and I didn't anticipate it happening before the project closed. The Kickstarter project closed. So I'm glad they got this out for the naysayers, for the people who just don't get. I mean, get it. Granted, Kickstarter is a different approach. It's not a pre-order, right? This is not a product that's already made and they're trying to sell you on it. They're selling you on an ideal that's not yet developed, and they're asking for the money to be able to fund it to develop it so it comes to market. So it's a different concept, and for a lot of people, that takes a little bit for your mind to grasp that that's the way it's supposed to work. It's not ready. It's not ready for prime time. It's not developed. The code is not there. The whole strategy is not there. It's a concept that's being developed into a project. So nothing's changed for me, even with the broken equipment that they received at WonderCon. But I'm glad for the people that don't really get it, that they got something that they can be delighted about.
What about you, Restalgia? What are your thoughts now, seeing that we got a little bit more something going on here?
I think it's good on them for coming out and actually providing more information and showing more footage of the machine in general. I'm still, you guys know, since the day that they announced this, I've been hesitant. I'm not trying to like downplay the company or bash what they've done, or to say that it's not a good product. I haven't seen one in person. I've never played one. I don't anticipate that I'm ever going to see one of these in person, or not for a significant amount of time. I'm very hesitant at this price point. Like, you're talking about an $800 Kickstarter for the 3/4 scale or 80% scale, whatever pinball machine. How good could it possibly be? Right. So when people keep comparing these things to full scale machines, you gotta step back and be like, okay, well, that's the difference between $800 and $10,000, right? Like there's a pretty big gap there. And seeing, okay, they've got their whatever little DMD screen working. The animations are kind of, it's all right, but it's fine for what it is. Like I said, I'm holding my breath until I actually see them ship out their 500 units that they've already sold. Like, I got to wait until these things have actually sold and are in consumers' hands before I really, give them a fair shake.
It can't be any worse than the Zizzle. Good feedback, Restalgia. Michael B, what are your thoughts? Mike, you wanna do this one?
It may be crap, but you can still put your weed in there. Yeah. Have you ever played Wonderland Pinball, Restalgia? You ever played it on weed? So I will say, I think this was exactly the response they needed to put out there after WonderCon showing. I mean, that couldn't have gone any worse. P-Dubs, I thought you brought up a great point last night. There was no redundancy. There was no, risk management about what happens if the machine breaks. And it really killed a lot of momentum they had for their Kickstarter, because it just made it look so bad. Talked about it before. It's like one of those things like AtGames going to the Pinball Expo when the games weren't really really ready to show and how it impacted their sales and people's perception. And unfortunately, first impressions really do mean a lot. I think you can see it in the community right now, no matter what they did because of that bad showing. And really, this was the first showing of it working. Some people are just turned off forever, and there's probably no going back on that. But I think that this was a much better showing. Peter even realized he wasn't good enough to show off everything, so he took the glass off and did everything with his hand. But we did see the code working. It looked a lot better. I still have some disappointment with it, and you got to remember, Jerry. I said to Jerry, himself, like, the fact that he's like, oh, how hard can it be when creating a pinball machine isn't like the easiest fucking thing in the world. There's professional people that do it. And I thought it was very, I don't know what the right word is, not glib, but I thought it was, I don't know, like he overguessed his ability here, because there's some things I really don't like about it. Like I asked him how many LEDs, and he's like, oh, there's 60 LEDs. But I don't know if this is because of the early code or something, but like all those lights being white on that machine, like just looks like crap. Like they're not doing themselves any favors. Pinball's supposed to be an experience. It's supposed to be a light show. So hopefully those are color changing LEDs, and there's other stuff that's going to happen, because that does look shitty. But otherwise, I think they really regained a lot of ground from showing off the code, and picked up some of the slack from what happened at WonderCon. Yeah, Hubris console kits. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I again, on my birthday weekend, I went and played tons of pinball, and these are $10,000, $8,000 to $10,000 cabinets, and a lot of those things sucked, right? A lot of those things I just didn't feel, and so that's pinball is always going to be subjective to the user. Are they going to get enough people to buy into this that like it? That are they going to make the code that's acceptable to the majority of people? And then we still have like iArcade, an example. They had a Kickstarter project. They were successful in launching that, and then they went out of business, right? So that's the risk that's here as well, that these guys can come out with a product that sells well and does well, but then they could go out of business in a couple of years. And then it's like, what do you do? How do I get parts? And yada yada. So that's the risk. It's a huge risk here with this thing. But the beauty of it is they have the numbers for, they've already fulfilled it. So in 5 days, they're going to meet their pledge. They're going to collect the money, and hopefully they produce the product. So for the people that are skeptical, there is no need for you to do anything but to wait, right? Because they don't need you in order for the pledge to be met, right? So if you're skeptical, just wait and just see what happens. But the reality is, if it wasn't for the 614 people that have pledged, then you wouldn't have that opportunity to wait in order to see if it's good, because it wouldn't come to market. So that's the concept of Kickstarter. So me, the same reason why I backed iArcade, because I want the home arcade market to advance. I want people to try different things. I want them to step outside the norm and do some things different, because I want more things in my home arcade. And so I backed them, and I'm backing these guys. So hopefully it doesn't work out the same way with that. Even though, as PW, you recall, I was not a fan of arcade in the way it was shaped. It didn't look like a traditional arcade machine, but I wanted them to be successful and to bring something new to the market.
We all did, yeah.
Right, yeah. And so I feel the same way about this. And for me personally, with Jerry, them having the shuffle golf and pulling back on it, that was enough for me to like, I don't know if I don't want to take that risk with these guys, because they've already burnt me before. But I'm willing to take it, and they've gained 2 people since we started the show. But
Carl and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Carl. This will be real quick, and I'll let you continue. Yeah, Carl and I looked at this right before we went live, and they were at 614. Carl, they've added 2 people. They're at 6.
Well, that's the 2 people like B Kong that snuck in.
Yeah, that was B. This is B Kong placing his orders. Go ahead, Carl.
Well, I to tell you the truth.
Wait. Carl's turn.
Yeah, no, but they're basically back where they were, slightly more than they were at the beginning before WonderCon. So they've been living somewhere between 610 and 625 since WonderCon. But again, all that's irrelevant, because they have the numbers. They didn't do any what's the thing where you try to get people to pledge more and share it more? They have these different rewards, like give you, real glass, or give you, these different bonuses if we can
Oh, they
get.
were determined not to do real glass, no matter how many people told them, yeah, you should probably do glass.
Yeah, so they didn't do those.
So-
I can't recall what the term is for those. But they
Tiers.
usually, and it's a different word, but
It's
normally
100% the word, girl. Tiers.
it's not. It's a different words that they do to get you to pledge, to get people that's already pledged. Because right now, these people that's pledged, it's the same people that's, I'm gonna do it, I'm not doing it. But for people to spread it, they usually have these incentives for to give you more, things that you wouldn't get in the final
Stretch
project.
goals.
That you would
Stretch
yeah,
goals.
Stretch goals. There you go.
Stretch goals.
But typically, projects would do stretch goals that will get people to spread the word more. Say, hey, if you get to 800,000, we'll do this. If you get 900,000, we'll do this. They did none of those, so they don't have any interest. They don't have any interest in getting. They got the number of people they want. Because if there's interest in doing it, they would have been doing stretch goals.
Well, their goal was only $100,000.
Right.
They're good.
Right. So they're not interested in giving you more to get more because they have enough.
Go ahead, Mike.
Really quickly, I do want to talk about this. Like I've always said that, this project is not for me. I have a real pinball machine now. I have two, and I think, like, for me personally, I want to do more of that. But I will say again, I love these people. I love what they're doing. I'm somewhat critical because I think obviously this is their first attempt. So there's going to be some mistakes made. A lot of that can be fixed in codes. Hopefully those LEDs are color changing. But, you got to give them credit here on what they're doing for the price point, because honestly, this might not be for me, but everybody's saying this is shit, this is that. I don't think you understand, like, the level of innovation that went in here. They're making things work that really shouldn't work. Like, a Console Kits made some great points about, he was concerned about the switches. They found interesting ways to get around that to make them more cost effective. They're finding ways to make this work. This is their first attempt. Like, there's a lot of things that isn't great, but there's a lot of really cool innovation, and not everybody wants to drop. James keeps saying 15,000. That's Canadian, James. Like, your premium pinball machines in the US are 90, I think they're $96.99 right now for Stern. So there's no 15,000, but not everybody's going to drop like, $9,000 to $10,000 on a pinball machine. There's a lot of people that want to experience physical pinball in their homes, and this is a really good price point for that. There's a lot of things to like about it. It might not be for me, and there might be some things that I think are big mistakes and things that need to be improved, but for how much money this is so much more impressive than what we've seen before for at-home pinball in terms of like a Zizzle or some shit like that.
Okay, so I'm going to add a couple comments and then we can move on to the next topic, because this is going to be a long show and we still got a lot more to talk about, guys. Billy Woods here is absolutely correct. They were pretty transparent, especially when Mike and I interviewed them, that the only reason they were doing the Kickstarter was to recover their tooling costs. They already have retailer lined up. Jerry has been screaming from the mountaintops that he will be in retail stores by the end of the year. And that's another reason why they kept the machine smaller, this size, versus making a bigger. Because in my opinion, if they made a bigger machine and it was like $2,500, but much better quality, bigger, a little more expensive, I think it maybe would have been a monster hit for them, for home pin buyers. But, they wanted to keep it smaller so retailers and big box stores would pick it up. But, and so what's funny is I've seen a lot of videos, especially from people who are in the real pinball community who don't really follow our community. And they're like, how are these like 5 executives getting paid out of $100,000? Plus they're building these machines. This is all a scam or whatever. And it's like, they were literally just getting their tooling costs, the cost of building prototypes. So that's one thing. Number 2 is this. After everything that has happened, and especially today, seeing this video with the actual code running, it feels to me, and this is just my opinion, it feels like this entire thing has been rushed. It feels to me like this machine should be something that is still behind the scenes. What we saw today, this should have still been behind the scenes, and this should have been a Kickstarter that maybe they launch next year when they have the code closer to like a 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 code. and they have it all worked out. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels like everything is so rushed and it's not ready. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. Is I feel like they launched this Kickstarter, but probably they could have waited. Maybe done the Kickstarter at the end of the year and shipped this thing next year. Does that make sense?
100%. Like,
That's where I'm
honestly, yeah, they like, again, we talk about the mistakes. I mean, not having that redundancy, like, yeah, we're bringing one prototype to WonderCon. What happens if something goes wrong? Do we have, technical people that can repair it? Like, this is moving at 100 miles an hour, when really, like, they damaged themselves by doing that. And you're 100% right. This is still really super early to even be showing off anything or even doing the Kickstarter.
I mean, if they're on 0.1 code, why are they showing it off? You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree that I don't.
Right.
I agree that the Kickstarter came prematurely. I think they
too
could have
soon.
developed this more before.
soon.
There was no need to get the Kickstarter going now. As far as the development, that's the process. That's the process of a Kickstarter. So I have to disagree there. That with a Kickstarter, you have to give the people that are backing something to keep their confidence up. Right? You got to communicate. You got to give them updates, regular updates, and those going to come over time, and it's going to keep increasing and get better, and hopefully come to an end product. But I agree, they should have. There was no need for them to release the Kickstarter this early without having something. But again, it's about the money. They need the money, and you can't get the money unless you start the Kickstarter. And they obviously have loans, right? Because you don't have the money yet until the campaign ends. So Kickstarter is the delicate balance of those things, and it just has to happen that way.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like Mike's typing on a 1940s keyboard. Holy cow.
I'm muted.
I muted you because it was so freaking loud. Holy shit. All right, there you go. All right, guys, we got a couple 2-minute segments here on AtGames and Arcade1Up. Let's find out what's going on over there. Oh, Mike, you okay, man?
Yeah, I think I'm dying.
It's not good, man.
All
Are you
right.
sick?
All right, Mike, get hyped. AtGames, what's the big update here? Looks like the Jurassic Park game has received.
I'm going to step aside. I have to give this segment to Carl. He is contractually obligated to talk about AtGames now for a segment. So, Carl, you go ahead, sir.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
You don't know?
Carl always says this about me whenever we talk about AtGames.
Yes.
Fucking Carl. So AtGames, just a very minor update this week. It's an awesome update, but it's very minor. The original movie music has been added to Jurassic Park. Now, this isn't necessarily just an AtGames thing. This was a Pinball FX thing that happened a couple weeks back. They actually got the licensed music for the games, added them in. AtGames is now following suit and doing the same update for their Jurassic Park games. I love Jurassic Park. I love it so much, I just bought a premium Stern. So, I love the Jurassic Park music. It's iconic. Nice to actually have it in the game while you're playing.
Yeah, and it was nice that AtGames got that update and not just Zen on other platforms. You know what I mean? It was nice they pushed that update to AtGames. But minus that, I think that's it for AtGames, right? Is there anything else going on? I don't think so. All right,
Mike,
then.
Hold up. Mike was contractually obligated to talk about two things with AtGames.
Mike, we need one more per your contract.
Oh, yeah. The ALU HD CE is still on sale at Sam's Club. I do want to give AtGames a little bit of crap here because in their presentations, they say up to $500 in savings. And like all the savings are fucking hypothetical. They're just like, yeah, if you bought it from a regular retailer, it'd be $150 more. Or if you bought it from AtGames, it'd be $150 more. And you pay $100 shipping and handling. So there's $250 in savings right there. So I do find that funny. Why would you advertise that?
And everyone is just waiting around for Killer Instinct Battletoads Pinball to come out. Lord knows when that's going to happen. They're not even on the April calendar, so we'll see about that. Then they also have their Flipper Friends tournaments, and now that if you participate in tournaments, you'll also get ranked on the IF. Wait, what is it? I'm forgetting it.
IFPA.
IFPA. You'll actually be a ranked virtual pinball player on the national IFPA website if you participate in the tournaments. You have no choice in the matter. They just send your information over to them. So we talked
Will the
about that.
Wonderland will the Wonderland pinball machine be a part of the
Not that we know.
IPFA
No.
LMLP?
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. All right, so that's what's going on with AtGames. Not much going on there this week, but holy crap! All right, Mike, take it away, buddy. What is this convention?
So IGN Live is happening once again, June 7th and 8th in downtown Los Angeles. Hopefully the best, worst on-site correspondent B-Kong might be involved in IGN Live so he can go there and look. And our favorite home arcade company, Arcade1Up, is going back with their crack marketing department. Instead of spending money to put proper size screens in your arcade cabinet, they're instead spending it so they can send this douchebag Rob to IGN Live to showcase.
Did you just call Rob a douchebag?
That's not nice, man. Don't attack.
That's rude.
I don't know the guy.
What has Rob ever done to you? What has
Nothing.
Rob ever? Rob's never said a word publicly except at these conventions. What has he ever done to you, Mike?
Mike, don't be mean to their employees.
I mean, this is Rob.
He's
what are you
just doing his job? Give him a break.
Rob's
man.
got a great. Hey, he's got a great beard. All right, let's be honest. His beard
Certainly
is fantastic.
better than yours, Mike.
How dare you, Restalgia? How dare you?
I'm just listen, man. Look at his beard.
I will tell you, his personality grates me a little bit from seeing these interviews, and it's all puff. Like there's no substance to it at all. Like there's no value to what he says. Like maybe I'm just being a dick.
I feel like
You are just being a dick.
I feel like him and Cyrus, like Arcade1Up, must have this weird. You know how when you get hired at a company and you go through onboarding and you watch training videos, I think they really make these guys watch the same training videos where they're like, absolutely, we're here for you. Absolutely. We're going to give you what you want. Absolutely. We love our customers. Absolutely. But yeah, so this is from IGN last year and they're going back this year. So if you guys want to go and yell at this guy, walk up to him nicely, say, Rob, you got a wonderful beard. After that, say, where's the effing games, man? What's going on with your company?
I shouldn't call him a douchebag. I've never met him. I've heard bad stories from some of my friends, and maybe that's impacting my decision. But yeah, like I don't see the point of them.
Hold on. P-Dubs, make him full screen. We need a proper apology. Mike,
Rob,
Mike,
I'm sorry.
Proper apology.
Rob from Arcade1Up, I'm sorry. You're not a douchebag. I've never met you. Therefore, I cannot judge. I'm going by information told to me by my friends that have met you, and I should never do that. I should never assume something based on what other people have said.
You know what's funny, Mike, is I heard the same thing about Rob from other people, and you know what they told me he was?
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser! Good.
Yeah, like it's just
we're just kidding around.
What are they? There's a I gotta add this to stage because am I not able to do that? Hold on.
Well, because I had mine on stage.
Yeah, there we go. So they put this post up on LinkedIn. What if we told you something epic is coming your way this summer? There's nothing epic about it. They're just going to be at IGN Live with their current cabs they're trying to get out the door, their new Slim Edition classics. Like, if you're going to say, what if we told you something epic's coming? We've got a new game. We have plans to do something interesting. Like, that's something epic coming. You guys showing up at this shitty convention with Rob telling everybody everything's great. All our games are great. Look how small the screens are now. Now you really need to fucking, squint your eyes to see Mortal Kombat. It's super fun. Like, I just don't get it.
We learned two things from that. Two, your apologies mean shit.
Mike sounds like the bitter ex-husband. Yeah,
right.
I am mad at Arcade1Up.
And the second thing, you need to get new friends.
Wow, there you go. All right, so that's what's going on with Arcade1Up. We got to get back to some console chatter. Pinball FX VR.
Let's do it.
All right.
Am I the
Take
only person here that didn't get access to this new game? Am I literally the only person?
Are you talking? What are you talking about? What do you mean by access?
Yes.
My understanding is that the three of you have had access to this game.
Oh, well that's because I have if you're talking about the Pinball VR, the new one?
No, I wasn't. I was talking about the other topic we were talking about.
Which one is that?
I'm joking. Yes, I'm talking about Pinball VR.
Yes. So with this, if you got an Arcade review unit, they gave everyone codes, and then also Zen gave out codes to some people. And since Zen doesn't like you and Arcade thinks you're garbage, you didn't get anything.
Well, actually, what happened was they, Meta had previously done a sponsorship with Restalgia, realized it was a very bad investment, and did not want to put any more time into them. So they did not send him the codes for this.
Not true. They came back for second round, baby.
I can't believe they paid you that much money. Your shows are so terrible. Like, did you even cover it?
$5 from JR saying, "Hey everyone, hey Jay, good to see you, buddy. Go ahead."
Yeah, thanks, brother.
And Jason, our moderator, gifted 5 Super Game Ruminati memberships. Welcome to the Ruminati. Go ahead.
Yeah, so all kidding aside, Restalgia, this had nothing to do with Quest. It was Pinball FX, and honestly, they were super nice. Like, all anybody had to do was just reach out. Carl got a copy, and Carl, you tell them how you got your copy.
Yeah, I just reached out to both of them and said, hey, I would like to review your product, and if you're interested, if you think it adds some value to your, what you're trying to accomplish, send me a code and the machine.
So many ads on this guy's channel. Holy smokes, Mike. Go ahead.
It's like people only do things for money nowadays. And that's just sad.
That's just sad. Well, I'm glad Carl got his hands on it. This video we're watching right here, this is from Michael B's video that came out earlier today, showing off how it looks in VR. I have it. I haven't played it yet. I'm hoping to get to it this weekend, so I can't tell you firsthand what the experience is. It sure looks fun. One thing I'm disappointed in is the pricing. These games are like, what, $15 a piece now, or $18?
No, most of them are $9.99.
$9.99.
Only the which one is the Michael B? The
Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is more expensive.
$14.99. Like the Williams, the Universal. The Universal is $9. You get all 3. Yeah. And the Williams, they're all $9.99 except for the Indiana Jones, which is $14.99.
And I hate to tell you this, the people complaining about pricing, that's consistent pricing with what they were on Pinball FX on Epic and Pinball FX on Steam. The exact same price.
Yeah, I don't think the price is the issue. I don't think the price is the issue. I think with the Zen Studios, people just get pissed off because they offer their products on so many platforms,
and you have to rebuy them
for them all over again. So I think that's what most people issue is. Like, I own these tables. I own all these tables on 2 or 3 different platforms, and now I have to buy them again if I want to partake in this new adventure. So I think that's where the most of the frustration comes in.
I paid $15 for Indiana Jones when it originally came out on Pinball FX 3. I paid, I can't remember how much I paid on Epic, because Epic, when it first came out, Pinball FX first came out on Epic, it was different because you had to buy, I don't know if you can remember this, you had to buy tickets and then buy your individual games with your like Zen currency. It's kind of like Dwight Schrute. But
Schrute bucks.
All right.
Canadian dollars, Canadian Tire dollars.
I'm so sorry. I feel like an idiot.
Why?
So big shout out to Mr. Hector, who's in the P-Dubs Discord. He had sent me a screenshot of the game pricing. And keep in mind, I haven't even turned on the game yet to take a look and see how much the game pricing is. He sent it to me, and I was like, what the fuck? These prices suck, because it was $14 for every game, and then $20 for the Universal Pack in Indiana Jones. It's in Canadian.
Yeah.
So $14.
What the fuck are these prices?
$14 Canadian is $9.99 US. So apparently, My apologies, but yeah, Mike, you're right. I guess the pricing is relatively the same as it is on other platforms. Thanks a lot, Hector, for sending me a screenshot with Canadian pricing on it.
I think people, a lot of times people pick up like the Zen Studios games on sale, and then they develop a
I'm sure they'll do
familiarity with
sales
the
on
sale
this.
prices, right?
Yeah, if you're going to play it, pick up a couple of your favorite games, and then just wait for a sale. You got plenty of pinball to play. They do sales all the time.
And for clarity, when you purchase the game, it comes with the Zen Studio games, right? So it comes with this one here, the Pinball Noir, the Curse of the Mummy, and the Sea Pirate, whatever it's called, Pirates of the Sea. So those come with for $10. You get that, and then you can add on those Universal if you're interested, and add on the Williams tables if you're interested.
I feel terrible about giving Restalgia a hard time. I actually really like Restalgia's VR content. Restalgia, I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to buy you this game pack.
No, don't do that.
You.
Don't do that. That's not
necessary. And he's going to use your link.
I feel terrible. I was trying to make a joke.
No. I don't want to be sponsored by Michael B. the Game Genie. I'm good.
How's Curse of the Mummy? Because I've never played this. I'm curious about this game.
It's okay. Like the pyramid ramp is fun, but like I like the whole time I'm playing these, like it's fun, but like I feel like Pinball Noir and the Sky Pirates game are definitely better. This one is a lot more simple. But like realistically, I just want to play the Williams games. Like I like going in. The other pinball TV classics can be fun too, like Battlestar, Xena. I think I would put Xena on the bottom. I would put Knight Rider first, Battlestar, then Xena after having a chance to play it more. But I just want to play the Williams games. Like I just keep going back to this, and I was determined to beat Carl's score on Adam's Family. That motherfucker.
That's all, and Michael
there it is. Like, beat Detroit Love's score. Fuck you, Detroit Love.
As soon as I get Detroit Love score, I'm done. I don't need to play this.
Oh,
and I can tell the games that he don't like because I have the high score there, so he doesn't care about those games.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about it. The only thing that sucks is, as always, you have to buy your games all over again, right? You got to pay for them. So, I mean, that sucks. I mean, how many times have I bought these games from Zen? They keep finding ways to pick my pocket. Like, the feedback I've seen on the YouTubes from everyone who's been making videos is everyone seems pretty happy with it. A couple people questioned some of the physics. How are the physics, guys? Like when you play it, does it feel as good as it does when you're playing on a PC or a standard virtual pinball machine?
Yeah, I thought
nothing compares to VPX. Still, that's the VPX is the
VPX
best
is still king.
Yes, but the Zen Studio games are definitely really good to play. I'm not a fan of all the added stuff zipping around on the screen. I turn those things off. I have no interest in it. The characters on the side as a distraction, you can turn those off as well. I'm not a really big fan of those, but the 3D element of it, this is definitely outside of playing a real pinball game, pinball table. This definitely is the best experience.
100%.
Not in itself, but in addition with the FX, the whatever you want to call it, the tank stick VR. Whatever you want to call it, those two together is the best experience outside of a real pinball table.
So, just follow up on what Carl's saying. Like, someone, Meatball Saucy in the comments nailed it. The physics are Pinball FX physics. So, if you play Pinball FX on PC, I mean, it's the exact same physics. It works the exact same. What I will say is, if you've previously played like Star Wars VR on the Quest 2, this is a big improvement over that in terms of graphics, gameplay, everything. Huge improvement. The world is great. But the thing that really gets me on this and makes this so cool is, Carl, you just talked about it a little bit. It's the depth. It's one of the comments people always make, why they don't like virtual pinball tables, why they don't like playing virtual pinball, because it's so hard to get that depth, that world under glass when you're looking at the machine. That's the difference here, because if you get down and you look at it from that low angle and stuff like that, you can actually see everything in the depth. You can see the rails, the wire forms, all the shapes the way it should be. So yeah, I absolutely think that next to playing a real pinball machine, this might be the single best experience for pinball out there.
Okay.
I'm trying-
And
I
this
know I
is
had a fire.
this is your video, Carl, right?
Yeah, this was the mixed reality where I put the tables into the real world and was playing it. But I know at the end I was kind of getting down closer into the cabinet where you know. And the funny thing when I was looking at the video is like these appear so much in the real world that I'm scooting up against a wall to scoot past them when I can literally just walk through them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that just shows how realistic and believable in your mind that this table is actually in that space with you, and so there's nothing that really compares to that. And these tables are the full size, so I think it does a great job of letting you know, like, if you were thinking about getting a full size table, this shit's going to take up a whole lot of space. It's going to take up a lot of space. These things are huge. But I really had a ball playing with it. I'm still trying to get the record it and capture and get all those things together to be able to do my final presentation of it. But I had fun doing this today at work.
Yeah, you did this at your job in the hallway.
Yep, in the hallway.
What else happens in that hallway, Carl, besides you playing VR when you should be working?
No, I was off once I was done.
Well, this looks cool. Restalgia, you look very concernicus. What's going on there, buddy?
No, I'm just looking at it. This is the first time that I've actually seen any of the footage for this game. So, or for any of the tables that are released within the game. So, just soaking it up. Just soaking it up. I don't have much to say right now.
Now, we do have to give a shout out to Mr. James Hates Everything. He did an interview with one of the representatives from Tank Stick VR is what it should be called, but everyone calls it the X Arcade, TV Arcade, whatever the frick it is. And they mentioned something on his show that they would be adding haptic feedback and a plunger and other things to those X Arcade control panels. So if you want to use those as your controller when you're playing. Oh, look, he just threw this comment in.
Oh, yeah. He's been going on everybody's show and telling everybody, he's like, did you know they were on my show and they said this?
Yeah.
Like, self-promoting himself. James is disgusting, man. He's just a disgusting person. You don't come on other people's shows to promote yourself. Like, my God.
Terrible.
Why are you so mean today, Mike?
Yeah, but they're gonna add a bunch of those options to those tank sticks, and that'll be pretty cool. That way you can, you'll actually be pressing buttons while you're playing VR versus using the controllers, and you'll probably have a really, really good time.
Well, James is contractually obligated to promote his own channel.
My favorite part of his interview was when he was looking at the girl and he was just smiling and he was like, it's been many moons since I've talked to a woman.
Oh, come on. Would you guys stop it? They tried doing that to me last night. I went live. I was doing just a really chill stream last night. And all of a sudden everyone started saying James was blushing. James was simping on this girl.
Like a schoolgirl. He was
I pulled up the clip and I didn't see any of that kind of behavior. Keep in mind, guys, James is married too. Don't put that out there on the internet. But James,
excellent.
I appreciate the text message after.
Actually,
I'm just kidding, James. I'm kidding. Oh man.
To be honest, James did an excellent interview. If you guys get a chance, go check it out. A lot of information. This partnership with X Arcade is actually going to make a big difference.
Yeah,
like
stop putting that out there. Go ahead.
Being able to the X Arcade, it's a perfect fit because it was always meant to be this VR idea that you don't need a screen, that you can play directly through VR with your tank stick. And it just seems like a perfect fit for Pinball FX VR and that to go together. I don't know how they're going to implement the haptics, like the plunger and all that stuff, but I'm interested to see how it comes along. And if you guys want to learn more about it, go check out James's video and also watch how awkwardly he communicates with the female on his show.
You're the worst.
And I do want to add the mixed reality is the game changer here because we've all worked in VR and we played golf and VR. And it's one thing to move in that environment, but to be able to bring those elements into your real world and to interact and be able to still see what's going on. No one's surprising you, walking up behind you. I think that's a very interesting thing there. So I really am enjoying that mixed reality. Definitely going to play around with that more because again in the virtual world you're using the joysticks to move around, right? You're staying still, but when you're doing the mixed reality, you get to actually walk physically to those areas. And so I definitely like that aspect of it. And so I'm definitely going to be playing more and learning more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it out this weekend. That's my plan, is get caught up on making a couple of videos and play VR pinball. That's what I want to do this weekend. All right, we got 2 more topics, but let's do the one that I'm most interested in hearing Restalgia's opinion on, is the Evercade announcements over the last week.
But before you do that, you are contractually obligated to say that we're going to play Golf X or whatever it's called.
Golf
now.
Plus.
Golf Plus, right? So you have to say that we're going to play it this week, and then we don't. So that's just the norm.
Oh yeah, we got to play that too. I also got to play
All right, now go ahead,
I
Restalgia.
got to do an escape room with James. We got a lot to. Carl, it's gonna happen, okay, man. It's gonna happen. I know I've been playing hard to get. Maybe I'm afraid of your skills. I don't know, but we'll.
I did embarrass you on the submit.
Look at Biggie D. Oh yeah, she's hot. Good job, James. He's such a nerd. Oh, such a nerd.
He's got a hot date tonight, guys. He can't do his show.
Oh, don't be mean. Don't be mean to Biggie. Biggie, all right, Biggie, I got to tease.
Biggie D's finally says
Oh,
something.
hey, I got to tease you, Biggie. I do have to tease you, Biggie, about something. Biggie, I was looking forward to watching Biggie's show on Sunday night, and Biggie D put up a community post saying, "Hey guys, I'm not doing my streams tonight because I'm going out on a hot date." And then at the time that Biggie D normally streams, I think the Rexer show was live, and Biggie D was in his live chat talking it up, and I was like, is Biggie D and his date watching the Rexer show? Is this the hot date, or Biggie, did the hot date not work out? I've been worried. I've been worried.
Maybe that's his idea of what a hot date is.
I don't know. Like, what happened? You know, man.
Hey, baby, listen to this guy. He really fucking hates Michael B.
It turns him on. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, that sucks.
I think they call that turds of endearment.
All right, let's do the love connection.
Hold on, James.
Wait, we got a love connect, James.
Just really quickly.
Avi
Biggie
and Biggie, connect them. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Avi and Biggie, connect them.
I think I know why it didn't go well. You need to get your
watching
boat
the
back,
Rexer
Biggie.
show.
You should have taken her out on the boat, Biggie. You should have taken her out on the boat.
Well, at least we all learned that Rexer does not lead to an erection.
Carl, coming in hot. All right, let's talk about Evercade. Finally. Oh, holy crap. All right, Restalgia, all the Evercade announcements, you up to speed on them?
Maybe. I don't know. I know that they did some Neo Geo stuff. Is that the announcement? Yeah.
You add so much value to our broadcast every week, my friend.
Yeah. Listen, I'm here for the ride. Okay. I carried this show for the first 4 years. I'm just on coast now, okay?
Wait, did they... I love our live chat. I love it. Oh man. Can I do one more? And I mean this out of love. But Biggie, what restaurant did you take her to? And did you guys sneak in?
She didn't feel the connection when I asked her to split the coupon with me.
Oh man, poor guy. Poor guy. You guys be nice. You guys are too mean. James, now Biggie, you guys make fun of me all the time. All right, so let's
we bust our friends' balls. Like there's no malice behind it or anything like that.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It's just ball busting, buddy.
Evercade. I got to give Evercade a lot of credit. Like if you look at what the rest of the home arcade company does, like AtGames does PowerPoint presentations as videos a lot of times. It's gotten a lot better. But you look at like Arcade1Up, God only knows what they do half the time. Some of those videos they did back last Christmas were like, it looked like they were going out of business. But one thing Evercade does that I really like, their Evercade showcases are like up there with Nintendo Directs in the presentation category. Like they're so well put together. It's artistically really well done. This is not a huge company, but they come off like this multi-million dollar brand with how good these presentations are done.
Now, Mike, I think actually we need to do our disclosures here before we get too far into the Evercade segment. So if I can just give full disclosure that at this time, nor at any point in the past have I ever worked for Evercade. I'm not associated with them. I've never had a sponsorship with Evercade. However, they have at some point sent me some free products, which was nice of them. But I don't work for Evercade. So I just want to be extremely clear, because I know that there's some douchebags on other shows that make claims like that without any evidence. And just want to make sure that we're clear about that.
Without any evidence, receipts, or factual support, it must be true. Go ahead.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things was I don't want to talk about this individual anymore, but said to me one time, he's like, "Clearly, you don't watch my show, or you would know the difference." I was like, "Why the fuck would I watch your show? You've been lying about me for 4 years. I know none of the stuff you said about me was accurate. Why would I think anything else is?"
I also don't like to spend my time watching bad shows. So
yeah,
there's
all
a
right.
lot. There's a lot to go over there.
The only
Nice.
thing I did get a case with some of my birthday gift cards for my Evercade handheld.
Nice. Show that up real quick. Very nice.
Yeah, so it's a pretty nice case. Zips up, has a little storage for some cartridges.
That's looking good, man.
I'm wearing the Fox hat because I've had my Dragon's Milk tonight.
Oh, that explains why Carl's been a little extra feisty tonight. A little extra feisty, huh?
this Restalgia hat has made me mean, like just downright mean.
So
I'm
this
normally
is,
a very nice person,
wait.
Mike.
This is that Gremlins cart right here, right?
Yeah.
The new Gremlin. I don't think I've played any of these games. Have you guys played any of these games? The racing game looked kind of fun.
Nope.
I'm not familiar with the Gremlin games at all, but I did a video on this, and a lot of people said in the comments they're fun PlayStation 1 level games, some pretty good ones there. It's not something for me, but yeah, they do look pretty impressive. This is one of those. Is it a Giga card or not? Restalgia? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I think this was a Giga card. I think they
Yeah.
said that.
So,
yeah.
you know, that's pretty neat. For me, like my money was 100% on the Neo Geo part of this presentation. I do want to take a minute and talk about, in the naming category, the first game pack that they showed off has to be the worst name for a cartridge collection yet. Windjammers, Karnoff, and Friends. It sounds like a really bad variety show.
Yeah. But this cart looks better. It's interesting though that the Unico Pocket has 40 games built in.
Yeah.
And they're going with I think on their handheld, is it 14?
Yep.
On the Hyper Megatech Hyper Pocket, little pockets. So
yeah, but there's a difference why. I mean, the big reasons why is they actually developed the Hyper Megatech Pocket. That's their own technology. Unico bought like a Soldier Boy console and then just put a bunch of Neo Geo games on them.
Yeah. But then, of course, we're going to get the Neo Geo cartridges, which is nice. The first one here is Neo Geo Arcade 1, which is cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were expecting them to announce a Neo Geo Alpha Arcade, myself included. But like I mentioned when I did my stream last night, I really feel like that's something, they're not going to throw it out there right now. It'll probably be another holiday seasonal item, just like the last Evercade Alphas were. I bet come third quarter, they'll announce the little Neo Geo Evercade Alpha instead of doing it now. You know what I mean? So I think that's still going to happen. I just think it'll happen by Christmas time when people get them. But until then, you get carts and you get the little new pocket players. So, guys, if you ordered anything from Evercade this week, let me know in the chat what you ordered and all that stuff. Mike, go ahead.
I surprisingly, I really like this AES inspired Hyper Mega Pocket. But
the black one?
Yeah, I like the black one, but I went for the MBS one. Those colored buttons won me over. I pre-ordered. First time I ever pre-ordered from what's the place? They're in Fun Stock. First ever Fun Stock order. Shipping was great. It was like £3.99 British pounds. So yeah, 100%. I'll be going to Fun Stock from now on.
Right, we know Brooklyn Menace ordered everything. He loves Evercade stuff. My clock hurts. Got 2 red pockets and both carts ordered. I ordered the red MVS pocket, and then today I ordered the carts. So that way I have the Neo Geo carts coming. So
I didn't think the pre-order for the Neo Geo cart was up yet.
Not the Neo Geo one.
I think it is, isn't it?
No, was it Gremlins? Oh yeah, Gremlins.
Gremlin and Windjammers, Karnoff and Friends.
That's the one. Yeah. So I got those coming, and I'm excited about the red one. I when they showed this, I was like, oh, why is it not red? I remember watching this. I was like, it's not red. I was like a little baby, and then we got the red one.
19K Fox was the same way in the chat. He was like, where's the red? And I was like, it's a fucking Neo Geo AES. It's beautiful. What are you doing, man? And then he's like, see, Mike, there's the red.
Yeah.
And I was like, good. I'm glad you got what you wanted.
Yeah, we really wanted the red one. What
but
can we
like,
say?
look at 2 of these handhelds, and even remotely can try to compare it to the absolute garbage Unico tried to sell people.
Yeah.
Well, and
look at that.
The quality of the gameplay is going to be tenfold better than anything that they would have come out with.
Can I tell you a funny story about this? So
no, please don't.
It took a few days for this red one to sell out. Like when it went live and you could order it, I ordered one right away. I was like, I got one. It was like shit early in the morning, and I put up a community post on my YouTube because I honestly thought they would sell out same day, and it's limited to what 3,000 units or something they said. But yeah, it took several days for it. I think they're sold out now. But I at first, like, because it hadn't sold out, I thought maybe, okay, I just fell for the FOMO. No one's buying this shit. I should have just got the black one and saved $30. But then it ended up actually selling out.
The interesting thing about Evercade is that I think they're doing really well with all of their releases.
Yeah.
Like I think they are doing incredibly well, and they've really carved out a really solid niche where they can release all of these consoles, these handheld devices, or these whatever home consoles or arcade machines, but then they like supplement their income with all the additional cartridges that they're selling. Like I think they've got a really nice sweet spot in the
they got a new they got a good model and they've got a
great business model. So I think these guys are going to be like, over the next 5 years, they're just going to start growing exponentially. And I think every release, especially limited edition or limited runs, are going to be sold out within a matter of days.
I really like what they're doing. I'm still waiting for them to really hit that big home run. Like the Tomb Raider stuff was really good. I actually finally ordered the Tomb Raider collection today. Finally gave in and was like, all right, I'll get it. But yeah, this was the real one, P-Dubs. This sold out in like a minute. Was the red MBS Super Pocket with the additional case. That was sold out immediately. And I did a video on this a couple days ago. I actually had Pete from Blaze reach out to me, and he actually corrected me because at the time, everybody was surprised because the AES Super Pocket actually sold out really fast, really quick. But it wasn't really sold out. There was some retailer issues where it was available on other sites, some stocking issues. So I believe the AES version is now back up and available again. So it didn't actually sell out first day like everybody had reported, just weird stocking issues.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, either way, I got the one I wanted, so I'm happy. Yeah. And Brooklyn says, make it happen, Evercade. Fox says Evercade appears to be a solid company. Anything else with Evercade that excited you, Mike, with their announcements?
Did I tell you how stupid Windjammers, Karnoff, and Friends sounds?
Why? Oh, you're talking about just the name of the card.
The name is
the
terrible.
naming convention's not great.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's named that way? Do you think it has something to do with...
no idea.
Yeah. Because then those games ended up on iArcade, but they weren't owned by SNK anymore, were they? Were they owned by somebody else?
Well, Karnoff is Karnoff is Technos.
So it's a Technos card?
No. I think Mike's right.
What about Windjammers? Who made
Karnoff? Karnoff was the first boss. No. Karnoff's Data East. Karnoff's the first boss in Bad Dudes. How could I ever make that mistake?
Windjammers is Data East.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting.
This is true.
I have a question, guys. Does any of you guys still own your MVS MVS cabinet?
MVSX.
MVSX.
Yes.
No, not anymore.
I never owned one.
Sold. Yeah, I just
You
sold
had
mine
a
this week.
demo that was traveling through Canada.
I did get the traveling demo, and then I passed it along to Mr. Mikey B, and I
Do
don't
you
know
still
where
have
it
it,
ended.
Michael B? Do you still have it, Michael B?
No, when I was going through the downsizing there a little while ago, I that was one of the ones I sold just because I had so many multicades. I fucking love that one, but it was uncomfortable to play in a stool, and unfortunately, the riser, because Restalgia just had the bar top. I bought the base myself, and then I actually bought the riser, and I thought the riser was a nightmare. It was either it was either a little bit too tall or super too tall with the riser, and it still didn't fix the issue of playing in front of it with a stool. You were uncomfortable, so I say goodbye to it. But you know, it was a really good quality product. I thought it was the right direction. If Arcade1Up got the license, it would have been a King of Fighters cab with 10 games. It would have looked like shit. So I'm glad Unico got that one and did the MBSX, but I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sold mine this week after having it for over 3 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know what I mean? Well, and what's funny too is, for some reason, there's people out there that are obsessed with our collections. Maybe
they're so concerned about it. Yeah,
that they're Mike. They might be our biggest fans, and they get really mad if we don't sell some. Let me explain something to you about the way the world works. When you buy something, you are under zero obligation to own it and keep it forever in your home. And these guys go nuts whenever they find out somebody has sold something. Let me point out to you, when I buy my stuff, I keep it, I get my money's worth, and most stuff I keep for years before I offload it. So what you should be worried about is, you know, people who buy something and immediately put it up for sale. You know what I mean?
I don't use it. I don't
Like
even,
I intend to do with the Nintendo Switch too.
Like
Yeah.
their friend,
The-
like their
the-
friends
the single
do,
Switch
not
too.
us. So, you know, I got my money's worth out of it. I got my time out of it, and it was time to let it go because I've told people this all the time. I have way too many multicades. I am buried in multicades. I have a lot of redundant multicades. It was
What are you
time
gonna
to
do
let
on
it go.
Mondays then? He does.
he doesn't
new-
even like multicades.
have
He's
new-
been lying to you.
Have new multicades. Got new multicades to talk about, right?
It's gonna have to
So,
be non-multi
but
case.
it's amazing. It's amazing how, like, you know, oh my God, these guys used to have 20 Arcade1Ups, and now they have 5. Well, just because you buy 20 doesn't mean you're gonna you by law must keep them for until the end of time. That is not the way the world works. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I would.
I will say we should
It's
really stop
insane.
advertising these sad,
It's not
pathetic
advertisement.
assholes. We
No,
are
it's fun.
advertising,
I'm
even
just say-
even by talking
fun, though.
about like the
Dude,
stupid
I love
bullshit
making
lies
fun.
they say and
I
making
know,
fun
but
of them. We're
it's
still
fun.
advertising them.
It's fun making
P
fun.
Dubs, I'm with you, brother. Me and you will just
Just
do
make
this till
fun
the
of
end.
them. It's so stupid.
I
It's so
never get
stupid.
rid of anything, but I'm thinking very,
Yeah.
very seriously about selling Big Blue because I never played that damn thing. I never
My
played
damn
it.
dog won't shut up, so I'm getting ready to get out of here, guys. It's been 2 hours. She probably needs to go out, and my wife's not home yet, so I got to get downstairs and let him out. Guys, it's been 2 hours. It's been a hell of a broadcast. Do us a favor, if you enjoyed tonight's stream, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Thanks for subscribing. Comment, feedback, reactions below after the show. Carl, whenever you're ready, send them on their way. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Guys, we appreciate you. We love you. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.